the midnight sting. With fangs of rage, the hunt begins. Ram's blade dances in fire and dread, deals with demons, burn in his head. Kieran's fist strike like a comet's glow, silent fury in every blow. Roll the dice and face your fate. Grimhollow won't hesitate. Heroes rise and heroes fall, but together we'll outlast it all. Thou weaves chaos with the sorcerer's art. Mom's precision feels a fire-marked heart. Rainy strikes from the shadows unseen, an arrow's flight cuts sharp and clean. King Cuss's voice builds the tale, a dungeon's heartbeat hidden in the veil. The maps unfold, the danger is near, but the bonds of fate keep the path clear. Roll the dice and face your fate. Grimhollow won't hesitate. Heroes rise and heroes fall, but together we'll outlast it all. Roll the dice and face your fate. Grimhollow won't hesitate. Heroes rise and heroes fall, but together we'll outlast it all. We'll outlast it all. We'll outlast it all.
All right, is everyone ready?
Si, senor.
All right, so when we last left off on Dungeons and Dragons, you guys were relaxing at the keep for a little bit of time, just a little downtime after a adventure that secured the basically workers for the area for you guys to continue to build. Um, Progress was going pretty well, and it was very well underway as there was a night that um why am I drawing a blank? Rook and Kieran went to visit the old town of Novashest to visit one of their old friends, to which they discovered it appeared that some sort of Knoll incursion had ransacked what was left of Constantine's general store um, area, to which they somberly led the rest of the villagers of Novashest to somewhat safety. I think they rescued like six that finally made it back to
Yep.
the town proper. And I think it was later that day, or possibly a following day, that Kieran and Lupin were sitting by a campfire, to which they were enticed to follow what appeared to be like some sort of illuminated moth that led them to what appeared to be an entrance to the Feywild, but maybe not the Feywild proper, more so of like a shattered remnant or a glimpse into a Feywild realm. Upon entering, they were met by a great deer who told the party, and more specifically Lupin, that the world tree was sick and there's an evil that is upon it, to which he instructed them to, at least in this area, to retrieve an artifact that was held captive by basically these evil spirits of the lake. By silencing the stones through a little bit of mental thought and some depth handwork, you all were able to successfully complete said challenge and capture the Heart World amulet, which I don't know which one of you guys want to use that, but that's an option. After which, the party kind of recollected on the shore, curious to speak about the previous encounter and what everybody was able to accomplish. and how some of you had less than ideal manners to deal with that. But the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Wait, where are
Are
we at? Are we
we?
still
You're still
Yeah.
in the Feywild. Yes, you're
Okay.
still there. You're kind of on the shore.
Wait, the same question.
on the boat? Back to the
Um,
shore, or where
Yeah,
we
you're kind of
started?
basically where you started before you got in the
Uh,
canoe to go somewhere.
so maybe we walk back to the entrance? Or start
Like-
walking back that way?
Back to the deer person.
Right.
As you guys make your way up the hill. As you guys make your way back up the hill towards the entrance, you see it is still illuminated. Thusly not keeping you trapped here forever. But everybody can make a perception check if they'd like.
Oh, okay. Oh, not good. 12.
Okay.
I rolled 11 out and I don't have my character sheet available. I'm so stupid. Let's see.
Rolled a 19 plus 4.
Nice.
Jeez.
I rolled an 18 plus 6, so I have 24.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So looking at the portal, it looks a little different than when you saw it last. You could see that what was once full of like bright flowers and illumination and almost like a cool, calming entrance. You see that you're looking through like a cloudy I don't want to say ambiance, but like a cloudy picture. You can see where the arch was once full of bloom, and it looks to be a little bit more withered. It looks like what was nice flowers had been replaced with like dark roses with thorns and brambles, kind of interwoven through it. And you're not exactly sure why. Do you guys step through the portal?
Was the portal.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Everybody step through the portal? Okay.
Yep.
So you guys are able to, boop, boop, one after another, step through the portal into the very familiar outskirts of your old keep. You can see that it's currently nighttime, so you're not sure how long the time has passed, but it is currently nighttime. You see that there's an overcast, and it appears that a light drizzle has started. Kind of glancing about, it just looks like a rainy night. You're not sure.
Oh.
There you go. Nice. It's now a rainy night.
Wait, so we're just at our place?
You step back out. You're somewhere over on this left side.
Oh.
This where you guys went in. So it's somewhere over here. And you kind of just
around.
you're back out.
So looking around, nothing really seems different.
Not from the outside. You can't really tell.
No workers working at this hour.
Doesn't appear not. You may have come very late into the night or very early into. But there's not any commotion. You can see there's a handful of lanterns lit where it looks like some guards would have been posted. But you don't see any of them at the current moment.
All right,
Uh.
I'm gonna go check this out.
Right, so you make your way up towards the gate. You can look up and you can see maybe 3 or 4 of like the gnome guards, kind of just standing watch. They kind of notice that you guys have returned. You kind of just almost leapt abruptly. They weren't very sure, but they quickly raise up the gates for you to re-enter.
Are we within earshot of them?
I'd say so, yeah.
Hey, how long have we been gone?
They kind of not whisper to each other, but they speak in gnomish back and forth, and then you look like they almost play rock paper scissors to see who has to speak in common. and they reach out. Like a week.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, that's very well travel for you.
Did we miss anything?
There we go. Oh my God, there's duplicates now.
yeah, well,
But yeah, you guys have now returned. But one thing.
Sequel have asked them something. Sequel have asked if we missed anything.
Yes.
Who knows?
When we came back through the portal and somebody, and he was like, "We've been gone a week." I asked, "Did we miss anything while we were gone?"
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I I had him muted for me, so I had no idea he was talking because I was like, he was having this whole conversation.
And
Wait,
no, that's fair. Yeah, I'm sorry. She was on the phone.
Okay,
This
sorry.
will be good.
I just dropped her off at the dentist. So
The dentist.
Not this time?
yeah, she's gonna get her car.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I don't know why she was going to the dentist right now. I'm like, you have a dentist at about 11 p.m.
Oh my god, he's so much bigger now.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you ask the Nims?
Did anything happen while we were gone? What did we miss?
So it looks like they were able to build pretty much to completion the let me see, what was it called? Under tab 3. The Foreman's Lodge. So now you will be able to estimate the cost and time of projects to be created for you in the home.
Nice.
So that was able to be completed then. And they said that a letter had arrived for you all. Like, strange enough, maybe about 2 hours before you actually got here. It was delivered via like a raven.
Ooh, that's.
Is it the Knights of the Coven again?
I don't know. There's an envelope.
Is it addressed
Is
to
it
anybody?
like one? I was gonna say, is it one addressed to all of us, or is it multiple to each of us?
It says,
Dear homeowners.
yeah, pay your rent. You fucks. Thank you. Let's see.
Left a dragon upstairs.
On the messenger's post, an envelope hangs gingerly.
So a envelope.
A
A
single
envelope.
envelope. Mhm.
And you said it's not addressed to
Or a-
anybody.
Nope, looks like just to be a sealed envelope.
I grab it.
Okay.
I know, and by it I mean the bird.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoa,
I grabbed the
Is
raven.
the bird still there?
Yeah, isn't the raven holding the envelope in its mouth?
It's been here for
No.
2 hours.
So, yeah, the bird's standing there like, anyway.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I misunderstood. I have the envelope. I'm gonna open it.
So
Alright.
why you just gonna grab an animal like that? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Winged creature.
Ugh.
Rook's gonna
Can
end
I
the
read?
lodge.
Is the envelope in a, once I open it, is it in a language that I can read?
It's addressed in common, and it looks just like that.
Oh, I can't read
You
and
can't
drive.
read that.
I got you. Well, that's the handout for you guys, but I will read
Yeah.
out what it says.
Thank you.
It
It
is.
says, to the esteemed owners of Forgefall Keep, your footsteps echo louder than you know. We have watched your movements through the veils of mist and moonlight, and the threads you tug now brush against the fabric of our own domain. The time has come to meet, face to face, shadow to shadow. The Knights Coven extends a formal invitation to you and your companions. We request your presence for dinner and discourse at the Shadows Keep on the eve of the next full moon as the hours turn past twilight. Come without deception, come without blades drawn. This is not a summons of war, but one of courtesy, though both are well within our reach. There are matters to discuss, secrets to unearth, and perhaps offerings to make. May the shadows guide your steps. Kind regards, Countess Seraphine von Triken.
Oh, woman.
Hold on, out of character. Do you remember that one character I made that was like a blood mage?
Yes.
That was what I picked for her name.
Oh, cool.
Oh, the blood mage is real.
Holy
I guess
crap.
I didn't know about this, but that's actually what I named the blood mage.
That's a cool DM.
I sniffed the envelope to see if she sprayed it with perfume.
Okay.
Okay. What a weirdo.
When you smell it, it smells of
Blood.
like an ashen, like smoky smell mixed with like a very subtle but like pungent like fruit.
Giorgio Armani.
That's that YSL, baby. That's that Saint Laurent. That's Saint Laurent.
After I recite what it says to the group, I say, I have an admirer.
Yeah, that's what I would take from that. So that
Smell it.
leads to I'm okay, actually. So
Smell my letter.
When is the next full moon?
looks to Lupin.
The
The entire party turns to Lupin.
Lupin's currently struggling right now.
Oh
He's
no.
what?
Kind of struggling.
He's
I
struggling.
thought you did that earlier.
Oh, I heard stroking. I was like, huh? I was like, what's he doing?
No.
RP jerking off. What a session,
I was
guys.
like, whoa.
As she describes this,
Hell yeah!
Orin has a
Can-
half chub.
Can
Oh.
can Lupin feel when the next full moon's coming?
You
Smell the sky.
Yeah. It smells soon.
Sniff that moon.
You kind of close your eyes and you kind of like almost try to get a feel of like the power that kind of waxes and wanes within you to be moon like a moon, and you feel it's stronger. The urge is like it's deeper the closer it is to a full moon. You can feel almost like it bubbling, like you're not exactly sure when, but you feel it's coming soon. Maybe within the next few days.
I will relay that to the rest of the group if they were actually asking.
I was, and I
Okay.
did 100% just turn fully to Lupin.
Okay. I will then yeah, I will relay that to everybody else.
Okay, so we should probably... Oh shit. We should probably get a move on pretty soon then.
How far is this place that we're supposed to go?
You'd be heading to
shit.
the Shadows Keep. So if you look at I hear him going over like bumps in the road.
Yeah, I hear like a rowboat.
No, I think it's the windshield wipers.
Oh, you know what?
No, it's because I was crossing a 11-mile long bridge. I hit road now.
Oh,
It was just
Nice.
like I was thinking the little bumps in the highway or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a lot of road noise on this little bedangle.
But
Bangle dangle.
It would probably take a day and some to fully travel towards where the Shadows Keep would be, which would be probably north of Novostoya.
So we should probably rest tonight, then leave tomorrow.
yeah.
Sounds
And
good to
go
me.
Wolf out on the vampires.
Bedtime.
Is everyone okay with going and meeting vampires with no weapons?
Do those vampires have wings?
We don't know.
You can unfold the letter.
He's
at the
alone in
bottom
his
of the
car, by the way.
The driver's next. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, they're just gonna see some crackhead driving. Tonight.
They just look in my car and
Only-
I'm
Foaming
shaking.
at the mouth.
If you unfold the letter where it's the perfume, it says "P.S. We have wings." By the way.
Oh no!
Do they also have chains or in quotes maybe magic?
Ooh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I like Rainice's plan.
Well, good night.
I guess
Rest up and then head out first thing in the morning.
See you all in the morning.
Good night.
Good night. Wait, who takes watch? I say as everyone
We're
gets
in
in
a
their tents.
We're at the fort.
Oh, we're at the fort. Okay, I thought we were
Yeah.
traveling still.
Yeah, we're back home.
Ah, thank
That's
God.
why they opened the gates and the gnomes were like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
All I heard was bird, and he was like, "Great."
yeah.
Rage. I saw wings and I said anger. Okay, good night. I like hobble to my dungeon.
Oh right, it's decided to sleep in the jail.
I opted for jail.
This month of all months.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, as you all are able to get a pretty good night's sleep, not knowing what your body needed from the adventures from there, you all are lulled into a deep and relaxing slumber. Except for one of you. Rhaenys.
Oh, it's
Oh.
me. Me.
You feel how would I describe that?
Tired.
You feel like a restlessness to you, almost where it's like you just can't get quite comfy. So then you decide to kind of get up and walk, out and just kind of maybe get some fresh air, like looking out from the balcony. You can see where there's like a lull and like a fog that's like risen above like the courtyard in front of you, and you feel that there's no like energy or anything. It almost feels like a void. You're looking out, you don't see any of the gnomes kind of working away through the night, no guards, there's no moon. It's like you've walked into like to nothing. You just feel yourself almost like drawn though, like you start to float and you start to lead like towards the courtyard itself. And eventually the fog parts a little bit and you can see there's a figure. It looks like to be some sort of cloaked figure with like a mask over their face covering probably from like their nose and cheekbones up. You can see that they are wearing a black tunic and a cloak that kind of flows down and it's very wispy and it kind of spirals up off their shoulders and towards the back, almost like unfurling dark black wing. They speak to you as they kind of raise out a hand just to gesture towards you. They speak to you and they say, "You take what is not yours.
Oh my God.
Do not steal knowledge you do not deserve. There are secrets that the Queen keeps, secrets that must remain buried beneath. The Queen watches all, and she does not suffer for thieves. If you unbind his secrets, you will risk unraveling yourself. This is your one warning. Leave what is his alone." You must feel like these words kind of creep into your ears and a cold chill down your spine as you see his magnificent like black wings like unfurl, and almost in like a blink you kind of wake up and you're just standing in the middle of the courtyard. You can see that you feel like yourself and you're like drenched in rain as you've noticed that you're just standing out in the middle of the courtyard and it is pouring rain on you
Damn.
as you finally just kind of come to.
Okay, you done? Oh. Um, probably go back inside. And probably gonna dry off.
You can see Ghidorah's both of their heads kind of like poke up and they see you kind of return. As you were out there for maybe like 15 minutes just standing in the rain, just off, and Ghidorah kind of like snuggles up next to you and they kind of almost try to get you to like just shake the rain off as like a dog.
I forgot that they had two heads, and it's just so cute. Okay, out of character. Okay.
You you walk towards the bathroom, and where I guess there's somewhere, and you look into like a basin that'd be like full of water, just to kind of like you dry off. But then for whatever reason you're drawn down, and you look into the basin of water, and you don't see yourself. You see your eyes are like almost like whited over. You look as their skin is like pale white, and long gray hair flows down to your shoulders. And then you kind of like splash the water onto your face. And then again, you see the form of Rainy as you are. You kind of put your glasses back on and just try to quell yourself from this nightmare it seems that you're walking through before you walk back into your room. At this point, dried off, and you try to go back to sleep, or what sleep would come to you. But everybody can long rest if you haven't already.
Oh,
Yay.
yippee!
We love long rest.
Oh.
But you're all able to awake on the morrow. You're able to see that the sun, for what you would see, is not really visible. It is a very cloudy, stormy day with the rain.
Hooray.
Looks like it has done nothing but continue to just pour. As you would stomp out into the courtyard, there's mud that's caked to your boots almost immediately, and it looks like you will be hard pressed to find dry land for some time. What would you guys like to do?
I gotta go check in on my buddy. I gotta crack my bones after I get up from my dungeon floor and head to Lupin's bedroom.
The Lupin's bedroom.
Or his chambers. I'm not like gonna sleep with him. I'm just checking in on him.
Why not?
Okay. This would be. Oh, hey,
What?
yo.
Whoa! Hey-o.
Farther
Living another
than
world.
Val has ever gotten. Farther than Val has ever gotten.
Crazy.
Happy Pride Month stream.
Yeah.
Only for this month.
Only for-
I only suck it this month. Come on.
He licks bums.
I'm not gay, but June is June.
I'm not gay, but June is June. Anyway, I crack my bones and I go rap a tap tap tibbity bat bat on his door.
Yep.
Lupin,
Yes.
can I talk to you, buddy old pal?
Sure. I guess.
I open your door, crouch down because your door is simply too short for my tall stature. Oh my fucking god! For my tall stature. Sorry, something fell in the road, and I
Sorry, I almost died going 70 down that alley.
whoops, Daisy, almost died. Damn, shit! I lost my train of thought. Shit.
You're crashing
almost dying. Yeah. I crouch through your door, and I sit on your bed, and I just your hand's still clean, buddy. You look like you lost it back there a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I thought you were becoming me for a second.
the effects of happening in the world, whatever's happening in the world tree, is also affecting me. Not usually going full
hog.
homicidal. Trying to stay clear away from that from my, as you know, from my dad's side of this, and from the tribe side of this, that try to not be so brutal in fights and try to be more humane. But I think, again, whatever's happening with the world tree is also affecting me, and unfortunately, it's all blood. And tapped into the homicidal half of me,
Or your primal side.
primal side as well. Trying to control it.
I like lean forward. What do I notice? What color his eyes are? Oh, this is not going to be a good time. We got a Corvette. We got a Corvette and a Harley about to line it up.
God.
There's so much. I just want to go home. I'm 10 minutes away. My fucking god. My fuck. It's probably gonna sound so loud. I just want to go home. You're ruining my RP.
Bro, it's 10 at night. Let me play D&D in my car.
If you're behind the Harley, just pretend it's
On the
GTA.
road. French.
Oh, they know each other. He waved. Yeah, well, you just cut me off. Oh, I don't care if you have a Corvette. You're going down. I'm taking your kids.
Live
Roll
road
play, you
rage.
dickhead.
Oh my god.
Anyway, role play. I lean forward. Do I notice what color his eyes are? Do I have to like do a perception check for that, perhaps?
You do notice something about his demeanor. You can almost see like in a blink. You see like his more like wolf form. You can see where he looks more like gangly and like skinny and like you can see tufts of his fur would be like mangled and like interwoven with looks like poison ivy leaves and like vines. On these vines you can see there's like little briars that are starting to form on like the appendages.
Mm.
And
I-
you see it for like a second and then it just goes back to what you're seeing as him.
I probably should have sent this to Kendall because I did bring a little bit lore for the werewolf thing. Besides
Whoops.
Alpha.
Yeah, probably.
My bad.
I guess the whatever corruption the world tree is going through, it's definitely taking a toll on.
His
on
eyes
you.
so far are still yellow. Yellow being just default form or default status of wolves. They're not blue and definitely not red. Red is basically indicating alpha status, and blue is indicating if a werewolf has taken life, an instant life, either by the hell of it, or either by accident, or either by out of mercy for someone. But so far, even though he did murder the moth lady, it wasn't.
She wasn't innocent.
Yeah, I don't think she was innocent. But so far, right now, Lupin still has. Obviously, he's not alpha stats, but he hasn't wanted or killed anyone on accident.
Yeah. Okay. So after I see that your eyes are still yellow, and that glimpse of your more mangled form that is kind of akin to the world tree's current status of living, I just kind of like I just open up my arms and I just say, bring it in, buddy. I may not know what that tree is going through, and I may not know exactly what you're going through, but if there's anything I never want to see again, it's for you to walk even close to the path that I walk. And I have my arms open, and I want a hug.
I will hug back as well and just say I hope I don't fall back into fall into the tribal instincts and just become primitive. And hope I can stay within a more level-headed person.
Give me 1 second.
Not gonna lie, boys, this scene is giving former lovers.
Here we go. As we're hugging, I say, three things is that cannot belong hidden: the sun, the moon, the truth. And then I pat your back, and then you have to finish it.
Sun, the moon, the truth.
Alpha, beta, omega. And then I pat you again. You're gonna be all right.
Full see what happens with the full moon coming. Hopefully, I have the willpower to control myself.
Even if you don't, you got some great friends here, and you got me back in your life. We'll make sure that you get your head right every time.
Yeah, these are some good people I surround myself with. So
Except for that Val lady, I've been hearing some bad things about her. Don't really know what's going on with that, but I'm glad that you have better people by your side.
who's Val? Kidding.
I don't know, I'll just get up after I say our mantra and hug it out, and I wave you off, and then I crouch down through your feeble small door, and then I leave.
He's like, oh, and he just whimsically dives out of the window. And he's like, goodbye.
He said, friends,
He just frantically fumbles and falls over, and somehow his pants are down.
yeah, I
Just
all my
then,
tops are.
all the gnomes are coming back to bring you a birthday cake because they knew
No,
it's your birthday.
no.
And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on
red
here?
tufts of my bear fur just everywhere.
So
Oh, fuck.
you guys, oh no. After that, you guys would be able to reconvene out. I imagine somewhere under like some shelters. You guys would discuss your travel plans, not in the super rain. Something you guys would like to communicate about?
So we're scheduling when to go when it's not, raining. Is that what you're saying, DM?
I'm saying you guys are talking under like a canopy, so that way you're not just
Oh,
standing out in
okay.
the open getting drenched on.
Yeah. Man, the weather's shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the rain.
Do we want
Oh,
to ask?
okay.
The,
Well, then you can drive.
Do we want to ask the gnome
Yeah.
to do something while we're gone? That way we're not.
Yeah, we should probably check that new area they built.
So if you were to, I don't have it built as anything there, but just imagine that on towards one of the sides, you can see there's like a small little 2-story log and stone building. Inside, you can see where there's a handful of gnomes. It looks like they'd be planning out expansions and things like that. There's like a cartographer's table where they could draw up like maps and blueprints and designs. There's also a upper area where it looks like a couple supervisors could do like some overseeing. There's also a very large chest where you could be able to put payments in them for them to just basically get paid,
Do it.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
But what would you guys like them to work on?
What were we planning to have them build again? I don't remember.
We did the foreman
don't
thing, right? So then
remember.
after that, it was supposed to be something. I think it was the quarry or something. I forgot.
There's a logging camp and a stone mine that you can build that will cut other project times by 25% each.
I think
That's what it
those
was.
were the plans, yeah.
Can we
Okay.
do both?
You could, but it would take twice as long to divert your
Yeah.
forces
Okay.
up to build that way.
How long would it take normally? Each,
So
per each.
per each, they would take about 1 month.
Okay.
So if you,
So it would take 2 months to do both.
but technically, if you did one, it would take 3 weeks to do the following, and then it would be half.
Okay.
Guys, my life is a lie. There's a giant fucking spider web right in front of my doorway, and I pissed my pants.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
How does that make your life a lie? Was that spider like your best friend or something?
Have you?
No, it's just so big. It shouldn't take up this much space.
Ooh.
Is the spider named Charlotte?
Nice.
Charlotte's gotta die.
Is it time to make both of them same or
What would be
both?
the cost?
So to do the lo-
He said it would be a month each.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
sorry.
and then for the logging camp, it'll be 300 gold. And the stone mine, it'd be 275 gold.
So it'd be roughly 600 total.
Yeah.
575 total.
Mhm.
Let's see how much money I got. Coin. I mean, I can pitch in 300.
That's a lot of beans. So if you look under equipment, you can see. Oh, you do. Oh, you put no money in there. Okay.
I mean, I haven't.
Okay. So Rook awkwardly just puts 300 gold in this chest, and everyone else just stands there with hands in their pockets, looking around.
All right, well,
I spent all my gems on the last thing. I'm broke.
How much?
it's 275 for the other one, but we can just start with this one. Don't worry, everyone. I got it covered. No, no, no. No, I'll pay all of it.
Do you want to
I-
split? You want to split?
Kieran, Kieran
Sure.
rolls his eyes and heads to the cart to start packing things.
All right, so she's gonna put 150 in.
I'll put him 150 as well.
All right.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Can we leave the cabin? Not cabin. The weapons in the cart, or do we have to leave the weapons here?
I'm sure they can have a place. I don't really want to be traveling the roads with nothing to defend ourselves.
We definitely at least load the cart.
Sounds good.
You don't just go into a vampire den unarmed when they say come unarmed.
Right. Anyways, who doesn't mind the rain?
I don't. I didn't
I don't.
drive either the whole way or split it.
I always ride on the top anyway, so if no one feels comfortable being outside the cart, I can ride shotgun with whoever. Whether Lupin or...
Take the first drive, I guess, and then again.
Sounds good. As Brooke says, as he gets some stuff and puts it in the back and gets in the bank.
Okay. All right. So with Lupin at the helm, Kieran would be on top. Everybody else would be probably not in the rain. You guys would set off towards Castle Shadowkeep. Lupin,
Whoa.
you could go make the first survival check.
Goes the wrong way.
Yeah, I
Give,
guess
can I give Lupin advantage?
how would you give him advantage?
Leans over shoulder.
helping- yeah, I don't know.
I mean, obviously you
It's
can,
that
but
way.
I thought you'd just give me like a little. I'm feeling we head this way.
Yeah.
I rolled out 19.
Can't really navigate by the stars. It's a little cloudy and rainy.
Yeah, it is.
I rolled another 18 plus 6, so 24.
Oh, there you go.
Jeez.
So with multiple guides, you guys are pretty confidently heading in the right direction. This first leg, as you guys have left at pretty much the first light, probably takes a good 6 hours heading in that direction. You can notice where the fields and the mountains kind of leave, and you start to crest over into like the Ashen Battleground type field, where it looks like there's I don't want to say fields of like wheat, but it's just like it's no longer like a greenery, kind of just like a mundane gray ashen soil begins to look less nutritious and fruitful of like plants and grass. It's mostly just windswept dust, and it feels very stone like and kind of hollow. Anything you guys talk about in this first little trek? Anything you guys want to reminisce on, speak about?
How much further?
A couple hours.
I trust you.
um, if you would like, you can make another survival check to continue on this path.
We got 3 whole days left.
Rolled a 10,
It's been a day and some.
14.
Still feel confident in the direction, but maybe so of the rain makes it a little bit more difficult to navigate.
I
Which
got
game?
another 24.
Golly. Check her dice.
Oh, yeah, she's good. Yeah, it looks legit to me. she just handed me her knife.
She's rolling into the number.
Yeah, she's like rolling in. It's like 18 plus. It's like I like to add this number together. You traverse another like 5 or 6 hours down through like this. You don't go to like a swampy area, but you can see where the rain has definitely been more centralized in a certain area where it's almost like not a monsoon whipping up with the wind, but it appears that it's heavy, just heavy rain. You feel like you
Jeez.
would almost get stuck if you were less depth with the steering. You may get like stuck in the mud and the soil from there, but you're able to swiftly navigate through any kind of obstacles before you come upon, almost as it's beginning to turn into nightfall, you see a very large river that looks like you have to cross. It appears to be maybe 120 feet like wide. It's a very large, expansive river. You're not sure how deep it is, and it looks like it cuts directly through the landscape of this very almost like flat area.
Well,
What you guys
we
like
don't
to
have a boat anymore. And we don't know how deep it is.
What's the holdup?
There's a big fucking lake.
What?
I'm gonna go. I'll go test it. Karen's gonna go out there and go for a dip.
Is getting out of the car and watching this man just jump into a river.
So you kind of look at the stream, and it doesn't look like it's very fast moving. You kind of dip your toes in. It's very dense. The water feels very silty, but very like heavy. Almost as if like you ever get like real dirty, swampy water. It's very much like that feeling. You're there's no refreshing. It's kind of like an awkward, like lukewarm feel. You kind of wade it a little bit. You can feel it kind of gets about like waist deep. At this point, Kieran's maybe about 10, 15 feet in. You kind of take another step forward, and you feel like it's a little bit deeper. And then you feel like it maybe kind of plateaus off at that point.
We're gonna be able to cross.
Am I in like the middle area by then?
Yeah, I'd say at this point you see he's 60 feet or so from the shore, so he's almost directly in the middle.
I'm gonna ride my dragon over this lake.
I'll wave to Lupin. Just follow the way that I went.
As you say that,
Nice
you
and
see
slow.
you see Radice and Ghidorah have gotten out at this point. This is the first time you guys have seen that. Ghidorah takes its wings and just kind of like goes like flap, flap, as he just takes off into the air. You see Radice like riding on top of it. Go, yeah, almost like a perfect foot spiral straight across, and he safely glides onto the other side.
When the
As
hell could she do that?
There's a crack of thunder that goes across the sky as she crosses, almost like the Storm Lord's favor.
Lightning.
Just gonna pat its little head and give him a treat.
They fight over the tree.
That was the only one though.
They kinda,
2 treats, my bad.
but as Lupin is attempting to steer the cart in this very precarious situation, go and make another survival check. This time with
Yeah.
disadvantage,
Oh!
as you are currently crossing in a pretty heavy rainstorm across this river, and you're attempting to not get stuck.
Rook is grabbing his bag and preparing for the worst.
Rolled an 11 and a 9 plus 4 for both.
Okay. Kieran's kind of looking. He's like he's like at the airport. He's the guy pulling the airplane in. He's like,
Left, left, center, right,
You're trying to what?
center, center, right, center.
oh,
And also
nah.
left.
They can pick a cart. You're like, so you're gonna ease him in there, and you can see where the cart looks like almost like a wave is kind of, and it kind of washes up there. You can see Rook is sitting in there, chest with his backpack on there, and he's just like, I'm getting ready to just bail out at the worst time. But you can see the cart goes up on like one side, and you can see where like the horse is, like pulling, and it's not making enough traction. It's almost like freaking out.
And at a certain point, I'm gonna try to like meet the horses like halfway and try to like help pull, I guess,
Okay.
or help guide them.
Yeah, make a animal handlings check if you would.
The deeper we go, Rook's gonna get on top like his buddy Kieran does, and just knees to chest, arms wrapped around, just kind of sit on the top.
He's ready to be a cannonball just to hop off of you.
Just
And a push of a button.
Not fucking bad. 22.
Nice.
Oh.
So you see, as the horses look like they're making this very difficult for Lupin, you're able to kind of like calm them down and encourage them to safely cross over this river. Rook is on top. He's raising the sail, ready to to turn this bitch into a boat.
Just Mary Poppins his way out of there. Just
Yeah.
opens up an umbrella.
He's just goodbye. Floats off. I'll see you at the castle. But I would say after that, you're able to successfully, with a little bit of teamwork, navigate the cart over to the side where you can see that Radice is almost kind of like huddled under Ghidorah, or has its way out, and like a little umbrella keeping her from getting wet.
Basically,
would
how
you-
like
what would you
Rhaenys
say to them?
is doing it for Ghidorah's, Kieran's doing it for like the horses, like,
Mhm.
giving them little treats and head pats.
They're very appreciatory of it. But I'd say
so,
you're
so
successfully making it to the other side.
when did Ghidorah learn to fly?
Yesterday.
Okay. You know, yeah. And he's just gonna get in the back of the cart again.
Let's keep on moving. How much more time, or how much longer?
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty
Ringy's
pretty
taught
dark.
Ghidorah how to fly, you know, because
Oh.
he sprouted wings, you know.
I'm sorry, did you say Rhaenys taught Ghidorah how to fly?
You know, like
Yeah,
helped
didn't
him
you
with
hear?
the process.
Oh. Like, watch he jumps out the tree.
Yeah, easy logic. Taught him to fly and he grew wings.
But at this point, you see the night is kind of quickly approaching. There doesn't look to be much shelter in sight. You guys want to keep pushing on, or what would you like to do?
Keep pushing.
Push as much as possible.
At this point, you probably have been driving for about 12 hours or so. So I'd say you're
Oof.
quite tired. You can continue, but you may risk what is it? Exhaustion if you do not rest. But
Does
It's up
anybody
to
else
you.
want to take over and drive while I rest up?
an old man in the
Uh,
back.
How much
Yeah.
further is the?
Let's see. So you guys do travel pretty quick comparatively. You're not really bogged down a lot. Even in the rain, you guys have made pretty good time. You would think in probably the next 8 hours or so at this pace, you may be able to make it to the keep.
I can keep driving, get us to outside of the city, and then we can rest up there. So we don't. So maybe we could like camp outside of there overnight. Or would y'all rather camp here where it's maybe safer? Kieran's looking around.
Is there even like flat land to set up camp, or is it like there's no
So
woods?
there's really not woods. You're in like open scapes pretty much, which is good in the way where you'd be able to monitor for any
That is true,
nefarious things,
yeah.
But
But things would be able to see us.
yeah, but you're also very like the wind is a little brutal. If you were to set up like your tents, there's a good chance that
Okay.
it maybe
Get
blow
blown
out.
away.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be really hard to keep a campfire going in the pouring rain.
I mean, like, how roomy is it inside the cart?
If you,
Seems
I
like a
mean,
decent size,
Sidwolf's kind of big too, and if you
Yeah.
put Ghidorah in there too, you guys would be extremely snug. Think of like sitting on an airplane next to
mean,
somebody.
Not all of us, but I mean, if it can fit like maybe a couple of us to rest in there, I can sleep like maybe underneath the cart. Like we have a couple of stuff for like not like an awning situation necessarily, but like I don't know, a way to like put almost like the camp tent materials up on the side, like think like yeah, kind of like an awning, I guess, but like to cover up where it's like using the cart as also like a tent, I guess.
Like a
the
lean
RV.
to.
The ground's gonna be really muddy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could figure it out if you like. I think I could turn on rain as a setting.
I don't remember how, but I think you can. I mean, we could just do
Try
what
to
you first said,
makeshift some shit.
Kieran. Me, anything mean you can just take these next 2 shifts, driving, and then we can just set up camp outside, Shadowkeep.
I can do that.
I think mean you can handle driving the rest of the way.
Should be only 7-8 hours, hopefully. Depending on what we run into.
Rook's face drops. So 8 hours. Yeah.
4 hours each.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Rook is gonna get up into the passenger seat with Kieran.
I will head to the back and sleep the rest.
You said
I
it would
think
be
you-
exhaust. You said it's about 8 hours,
Mhm.
but it would be exhaustion if I try to push through it.
So you would only need 4 hours of rest.
Right.
So if Rook drove 4 and then you drove 4, technically you'd be fine.
I will get
Okay.
exhaustion though.
Yes, because he will not get a full rest.
That's okay.
I guess. No.
Can't I do a
mean-
4? I'm an
What?
elf. Well, she's an elf.
Oh yeah.
That's
Radius
true.
could technically too.
I assume she was just flying this entire time on the side on Ghidorah.
Over the lake, yeah, but
Oh, okay.
If you're willing, then me and Rhaenys can just take turns and you can rest.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ghidorah
seem to
can
have
fly,
some-
but in like bursts.
Yeah. The
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
vampires just seem to have some kind of issue with you, so you might want to be
Oh,
more
sure.
rested.
Make it pretty
the
short.
heavy fog kind of looks like rain, Kindle.
Okay. There we go. So
Yeah, that'd be
that-
great. He's gonna get back up and get in the back again.
All right. So who would be navigating this first little part?
Rhaenys, I guess.
yep, she can do it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Uh, 17.
So I would say you'd be able to travel pretty confidently. You have Ghidorah kind of sitting up there next to you, kind of like. You can see he does like little bolts of lightning as like illuminating the path a little bit for you there. You could see like out to like some of the sides. You could swear you see like movement of like something like a couple like humanoid figures like slowly shambling off in the distance, but they don't appear to approach you. They appear to stay a little bit distant. You're able to kind of continue on through the night before you you feel like you've gone for approximately 4 hours or so. Do you wake anybody up to kind of swap? At this point, everybody's kind of resting in the back.
Waking Kieran up.
Okay. I'll take over.
So you're able to make your way to the front of the cart. You can pick a survival check as well.
Uh-oh.
Wonder who that is.
Guys.
That's the person in the woods.
Guys, there's someone we can talk to over here.
I can't believe how quick you got the alpha, beta, omega thing.
Guys, it's a 7.
Oh.
Kieran feeling full confident as you guys have made great headway. You were like, yeah, we got this. We're fucking cooking. Like, there's no way that we're not making any.
Final
About
four.
4 hours go past. You can see that the fog has gotten significantly heavier. And the rain is still continuing to be pretty relentless. You would feel pretty confident that, in this direction, you're like, hey, any minute now, we should be coming upon to where you think this place is. Let me see if I can I think it might be on
Oh, by the river.
yeah, there it is. Oh, it's
Another
fine.
river? What the heck?
Yeah, you made a loop. Let's see if I can do this one. There we go.
Oh.
Now it's raining.
So there is an actual feature in this where you can turn on rain.
Really?
This one has howling.
Yes. If you go to ambient, you mean
Sorry.
rain medium. There. So now you can keep music.
Oh, I see it. Oh, look at there.
Yeah.
I do like the visual
Oh.
and audio effects.
Wow. So now you can switch back to some decent music, or we can just play music through this if we wanted.
I'll just say, yeah. This makes sense for now. Just as you're making your final kind of trek here. Then I'll switch it to something else.
Okay.
There we go. We'll do that. But yeah, I'd say after about 4 hours or so, everybody's kind of waking up from their long rest, and everyone's pretty hungry. You've kind of traveled mostly through the night. You're kind of into the morning, early mid morning, and there's really no castle in sight here. Well, what would you guys like to do?
So, what happened?
I think I maybe made a wrong turn. I could have sworn this was like we were going straight, and I guess there was like a curve, and I was like, it goes off that way, and it could be that way, but it was like it doesn't really look like a safe path, so I was like, maybe we should go this way instead, and then maybe we should have taken that way.
Did you let Rainice know before switching?
What do you mean?
Right. Hey, Lupin,
Yep.
you know how to get us... Does this feel like we're in the right spot? What's going on?
Should be.
DM, does this feel like we're in the right spot, but, it's just like the castle's just magically not there, or does it feel more like maybe we took a wrong turn at some point?
I would honestly say it's a little bit of both. I wasn't going to give you much hint in regards to
Okay.
that, but yeah, that's
Okay.
a fair assessment. Was he in the blankets?
Rook's gonna look around for any ravens.
Is it still night out or is it kind of day?
So it's kind
More-
of sort of light. Like I said, it's still
It's
kind of like a
dawn.
heavy rain. But yeah, you can see there's some light starting to come through.
Are there any ravens around?
Doesn't appear to be.
Hello?
Hello?
I put the music back on.
Oh. Who did, who wrote the letter again?
It's Countess Seraphine.
Do we just wanna shout for her?
As if she'll just be walking around here.
I mean, I don't know. As if a castle would just go up and disappear.
Maybe.
As if a portal would just magically happen to take us to the Feywild.
You never know.
Right. Hey, Countess!
You call out into basically the storm itself in this open field area.
Vampires, ravens, any freaky people? Maybe not, no.
Write that down.
get
Rook,
off.
Rook is calling for all freaks. All
Sigma
freaks.
wakes up.
Alpha, Beta, Omega. Am I right?
Mm.
You do hear kind of off in the distance, like some howling, like oh.
He's gonna look to Lupin. I think that's your people.
Try to listen in me. Just howl back. I don't fucking know.
Random ass dog shows up.
Yeah, just a pack of wolves.
Hey, yo, that's my dog.
This shit.
I would say though, you kind of look around, and Lupin, you and Sigwolf are up, and you see it first. Up on it looks like a small little hill or like some rocks. It appears to be like an all black, very large, like almost like dire wolf, but he looks kind of ethereal. It's kind of like wispy, and it has like traces of, like just an essence about it that doesn't look exactly tangible. It almost kind of like stares at you with like these soulless black eyes.
I pet the doggy.
Can I?
Is just Sigwolf and Lupin notice it?
I'd say you would see it first, but then after, if nothing happens for about 30 seconds, everybody else would be like, "Oh shit, there's like a wolf over there."
I'm gonna intimidate it. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I'm gonna growl at it. That's what I would do. That's what Sigwolf would do. Let me get my character sheet up. Oh, D&D Beyond's gay. Good job.
You're gonna growl.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to aid in growling at this wolf with me?
I mean,
Can't believe he just made up with his boyfriend in the bedroom, and now they're playing with furries.
I gotta.
I want it.
I wouldn't growl. I would be more of a roar.
Okay. As you kind of like almost like yell out at it, it doesn't look very phased, but it just kind of like sits down, almost as like it's just waiting for something.
I look at Lupin. What's it want? You speak its language.
Hold out the letter. Whoever has the letter, ask for it. Just
You can see that it's, I don't say its eyes light up because it is undead. It looks kind of like towards it, and it's almost like beckoning you to bring it to it.
Well, it wants you.
You guys want to stay similarly or kind of close, then I'll like bring the letter to this thing, just in case.
We're really negotiating with a wolf.
And
Yeah,
I'm-
sure. I'll back you up.
Are you sure you want to party with the demon? As you approach it, you can see that it just sits there, very calm demeanor, and you can see that it just kind of slowly opens its mouth, just enough where you could hand it the letter if you'd like.
I will hand the letter.
It softly takes it into its jowls, and then it turns, and it starts to walk off in the distance.
God,
Hey!
I wanted to run away with the letter.
Hey, bring that back!
You look behind you, and a castle just appears, and they're like, "We're ready for the letter." And you're like, "Oh,
God.
No, no.
The wolf-
you know,
it cuts back to the
Sorry,
wolf. And he's like
maintenance.
tearing it up.
it's like the dog ate my invitation. What do you want me to do?" They're like, "You have been locked out. You've
That
soft
was a
locked.
task.
You've
You
soft
soft
locked."
launched the campaign.
All right,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
next week you guys are gonna have to forge a letter to get in.
I gotta find out. So I gotta go make. I gotta go burn a house and have whatever it was, smoky ash and some other scent that was on the perfume. Some
Yeah.
passion fruit.
Don't know why we went to house, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we gotta burn something.
Okay. You can see as a heavy fog has kind of rolled in and almost encompassed you all as you're kind of at this point you're on foot, following the wolf off in the distance. It's almost like you're like following it. It's very hard to keep up through like the rain. Before it looks like the rain slowly kind of subsides a little bit, and the mist begins to slowly part. The mist parts not because you cut through them, but because they chose to let you in. You hear almost like invisible branches overhead cracking in like brittle bones in a windless air. The earth beneath you, especially Kieran with being barefoot, it feels too soft. Almost like you're walking through packed ash or something that was once alive, but is now forgotten to time. You look out and you can see that you've almost stepped into like another world, it feels. There's no sky that you can see any longer. There's only like a ceiling of these clouds that are constantly circling around, looking like they're lit by some kind of unseen stars into the sky. Looking straight ahead, you can see what appears to be a very that looms in the distance. You look as you're looking at it, it appears that it should not be able to stand. It bends where stone would crack, and it looks like it almost is like a breathing entity. It seems to shift subtly as you walk, and you're kind of approaching these very large. Looking towards the actual castle, you can see where it looks like the windows are constantly changing shapes and sizes. Looks like balconies are like receding and encroaching outwards, and it looks like archways are just kind of opening and closing. As you walk towards the gate, you can see that there's no guards, there's not a knocker, just an iron gate etched with a spiral sigil. What you guys need to do with that? You're just standing kind of in front of the gates. The wolf at this point, it just kind of, it goes incorporeal, and it just manifests and goes through the gate and continues up towards the castle.
Okay. I guess since no one else was doing anything, I'm gonna try to open the gate.
You reach forward in your hand, almost to touch the gate. You can hear like chains that kind of groan as the gate slowly just swings open from recognition, as if the gate was expecting you to be there. It opens with a low groan into a very large courtyard. You can see to either side, it looks like there's servants that appear to be tending like a very large garden. The rain looks like you can hear it and you can see it, but it almost looks like it doesn't touch this some sort of like dome that you've walked under. The courtyard itself as you're walking is a large black cobblestone type patio, and it sprawls out in every direction around you. You can see that there's different statues and monuments and various stone sculptures that kind of litter the actual courtyard itself. You look down and you can see that there's many different flowers in this garden, and they kind of like sway gently, moving by an unseen breeze. It looks like a beautiful garden, like a bouquet of an eternal bride, is forever at rest here. You finally make your way up to what appears to be these large steps that kind of go up one side, and then you'll turn and go up again and turn again before you're at the true front of the castle itself. This very large, imposing mahogany black door. stand in front of you.
Do we knock?
Do we knock?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see what you guys want to do.
I
Let's
knock.
all knock at the same time.
Yeah, everybody knocks at once. Just the door is swung open, not by magic, but there appears to be, it looks like some sort of faceless servant. He looks like he's dressed in very fine leathers and cloths. Look like they're tailored to a T, almost like he's in like a funeral tuxedo. And he slowly swings the door open, with almost like a blank face. Like there's nothing there. It's almost just like a hollow void. He kind of bows gently, and he extends his arm out to enter, allow you to enter into the hall. You guys are able to step inside.
When do we drop our weapons?
I don't have any weapons on me, so
Yeah, we. She followed the rules, so she's going inside.
Never mind.
Well,
Okay,
As
I
you
went
are
inside.
I was also going inside.
okay, I was gonna say everybody just kind of walks inside. Inside the castle, it is lined with a velvet carpet that is covering polished obsidian floors. Looking up towards the ceiling, you can see that there are chandeliers that hang high, lit by countless flames, with banners of purple and crimson hanging in the rafters. You can see as you're kind of just walking through this, following servants as going through. Oh, it feels like a maze. You're seeing tall, stretched windows that reach up to the ceilings, almost 20 feet tall. You pass by portraits of long gone heroes. Okay. You pass by portraits of long gone heroes, calamities of forgotten times, and tapestries of the macabre. These line the halls with ornate artwork. Eventually, you were led to like a small little I don't say like a study per se. You can see that there's about 5 of these headless. They're just standing there, almost waiting for you. Each of them with their arms outstretched, as they would take something from you if you were to give it to them.
This answered my question. Hand's shield, hand's mace.
Okay.
And my axe.
Okay. I'll shoot. Do you hand me your bow?
I just said I didn't bring anything.
Oh, you just didn't. You left it in the cart. Okay. Kieran has nothing, and then you think Sigwell would drop his chains and give it to these guys?
I doubt it. But we'll have to. Oh boy.
Maybe he's
Right
wearing.
guess
for a
see-
pee break.
Maybe he's wearing the chains. There's like
Mhm.
what do you call it? Accessories.
Yeah, maybe they're just accessories. At this point, they kind of take it and they step back, and the same servant would lead you into pretty much like the next following room. As you can see that these are very large, another ornate set of doors. He pushes open the doors for you here, revealing a grand dining hall. Large stone columns that reach into a black open ceiling, to which they vanish high out of sight, where you can look upon like the space and the nighttime sky of this eternal night area that you're in. You can see that there's a very large, grand table that looks like it was carved from some sort of large slab of ashen shadow oak. It is polished to a mirror sheen, as you can see a reflection in there. Ornate golden utensils line the table, set for at least 30 people. You can see that there is 5 dark black wooden chairs with plush purple cushions sitting open and waiting for your arrival.
Take it.
Jeez.
All right.
Okay.
Let's have dinner with vampires.
You guys are able to sit down into the chairs from there. And almost very quickly as you sit down, it almost immediately starts to happen where there's servants that look like they're coming out of like a serving room to almost all sides of the hall. You can see they're bringing out various different dishes from there. You're seeing tarts and fruits, meats, stews, and desserts all together as they begin to just line the table up from there. You can see that there's a handful of servants looking like they're waiting off to the side. They're holding like various different ornate pitchers of different beverages, almost waiting to pour a drink at a finger snap. But so far, it is only you all in the hall.
Are we early? Rook looks around, dumb.
It appears to be just you five in the hall for now. But that doesn't stop the people from bringing the food out.
Rook is gonna look at that food, look at the rest of the group, and just kind of push it back a little.
Is there supposed to be another room that we were supposed to go into after this? Another room after this?
This was the room that they led you guys to. This is perhaps where you need to be.
Kieran, who eats and tastes everything, is not eating or tasting anything.
I would say after about 3 to 4 minutes of this uncomfortable silence, as you guys are kind of like looking at the food, not sure what to do, eventually a door opens from a far side, and you don't hear any footsteps, but you could see a feminine figure begins to make their way into the chamber, almost like they're gliding across the floor. You can see almost immediately the servants stop what they're doing, and they kind of stand at attention, and they all immediately recede back to the edges of the hall itself. You can almost feel an aura from this woman kind of approaching, as she is dressed in what appears to be some sort of very formal red gown, sparkling and adorned with these very bright red seams. You can see where she has golden rings that adorn her body, and you ever see where women wear the bangles, I guess, on their band?
Yeah.
Yep.
She has that. You can see she has long flowing silver hair. Her nails look very long. It's 2-inch nails that look filed down to a point. She again walks almost with no sound. She just glides across, but you really can't see her feet either. She welcomes you all to her dining hall. She makes her way towards the head of the table, and with a flick of the wrist, her chair just floats out, and she just gracefully nestles herself into it, and it kind of just slides back in. She would then speak to you. Thank you all for being so timely. It is very rare nowadays that you see such esteemed guests as yourself to wait for the maiden of the hour before indulging in your food. I hope everything would be up to your specifications and your less than exquisite tastes. And you can feel as her eye kind of glance upon each of you. And you can feel almost like a cold stare, almost like she's looking through you. Please, eat.
I'm so
Rook's
full.
gonna. I ate before, okay? Oh, sorry.
Getting over
Oh.
a bad food poisoning.
Rook's gonna look down. What's in front of him?
I guess
What
that's
food is in front of him?
Okay. So it's kind of like a buffet style where almost everything is within reach. You could say there's probably a whole pig that's very stereotypical with the apple in its
Yeah.
mouth down to one
Yeah.
side. There's a chicken, a rotisserie chicken type thing from there. There's all sorts of pastries. Looks like a blood tart. There's bread. It's almost like they've tossed up like a salad that's in like a middle bowl from there, and it's kind of like the same thing repeated like 7 or 8 times down the table.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
set for 30 people, but it's very awkwardly like you all 5 in a line,
Yeah.
and then her at the head of the table just by herself.
Rook is going to hesitantly take a bite.
Okay.
He'll go for the salad.
You take a bite from there. This is delicious. This might be one of the best things you've ever ate. You can see Radice is over there, and more than anyone, she has like a whole chicken leg that she's just not like just chomping into. No, you can describe what would you eat? Just like if you had a whole buffet.
If I had a whole buffet,
Yeah.
like Golden Corral.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's in front of you.
Wait, let me read the food options that I have.
So you would have like chicken, there's like pork, there's like fruits and vegetables almost, there's like tarts, like dessert little flaky pastries, there's bread, there's like a big bowl of soup. There's all sorts of things on this table.
I guess maybe the pork.
Is I have bad memory. Is this the same vampire that helped us during that one fight or no?
This one appears to be different.
Okay. Gotcha.
This
Rook's going to-
I'll say this one she looks not older, but she looks more refined. She looks more wise. Probably more someone who's more higher up in this establishment than the person that you met.
Do you normally use this much theatrics for strangers?
I think it is very kind to provide for those who need. I imagine that you all are very tired and soaking wet. What better than a nice place by the fire and warm food to fill your bellies before we converse? It is nothing more than just being a gracious.
What exactly are we conversing?
Oh. What is your name?
Rook.
Rook. It is a pleasure to meet you. You may call me.
He just nods. Mhm.
I'm Rook. You may call me Countess Seraphine von Breiken.
Okay. Countess.
It is interesting that you don't wish to your compatriots. They don't seem as eager to eat as maybe some of you. I pray I do not offend you in my own home to not eat. But it is also impolite to speak business and pleasure at the same time. Eat first, and we shall converse later.
I think you could probably understand their being so hesitant to someone is well off and based off how you do everything, powerful as yourself.
And she kind of like leans forward and looks, stare at Kieran.
Hello.
You. Why do you not touch this food? And she just slowly blinks as she's looking at you.
I mean, no offense, but I'm not hungry.
Roll for stomach.
Oh yeah, let me see. Hang on, I might need you to do something real quick. I have to check and see. I need you to make an intelligence check. I gotta find my other d20. What do you use?
Is that just
Just an intelligence check.
plus intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's going to be a plus intelligence modifier. That's going to be an 18.
Okay.
Oh,
What is Kieran thinking in his head right now?
Kieran thinks that Kieran feels like he's getting smarter, or Kieran's feeling more confident in his choice not to eat as she's pressing him more to eat.
You can feel her just staring at you, almost with like just a loving gaze. I sense your hesitation to eat, but I assure you, if I wanted you all dead, you would have not entered my abode. And if I wanted you all poisoned, it would be rude of me to do that without you. Observe. And she leans back and she kind of like brings one hand like up, and she just like slowly brings it forward, almost like she's gonna orchestrate like a musical. And you can see 3 servants just kind of just get in line. And she says, "Die." And they all just take out swords, sing, and just stab themselves in the chest. Just like that. Drop to the ground. Oh, I'm not finished. She raises her hand up, and they all just come back to life. Once more, you can see they all again take the swords. Same thing. Stab themselves from there. Drop to the floor. And she raises her hand back up. And they all just spring back to life. Wounds healed and all. And then she motions her hand away, and they just as quickly file straight back up against the wall. As you can see, I may be far more powerful than you would imagine. But I do implore you, I am trying to be a good... But ultimately, it is your decision. Do not eat. I will not press you further if you do not want. At this point, she would start cutting into some of the food that she has in front of her. Do any of you guys eat? Or you kind of sit there?
Kieran's just pleased with himself. He's just going to continue to not eat and be stubborn.
Rook was eating, not like not eating a lot,
Mhm.
but he's eating.
So you're... Go ahead.
Lupin will not eat.
You-
He does not trust vampires.
Mhm. After, what feels almost like an eternity, like you're in a waiting room waiting for your name to be called. 20 minutes goes by. She doesn't utter another word. She kind of eats what she feels like, and then she has some of the servants, and they walk past. They try to offer to pour drinks into your goblets if you would like. She drinks a handful of wine.
Rook will take some.
You kind of like swirl it around your cup and drink it. It is delicious. I mean, this is like, you feel refreshed. You feel like invigorated. You just feel cozy. Like it reminds you of like a livelier time for you.
Give me some.
Renice is able to drink it and just, and you can feel, you just feel great. Like, like if you had any scars, you feel like they're being lifted. If you have any woes upon your mind, you feel them being slowly caressed. It's almost like you're being encapsulated into this. After that, she kind of she begins to speak again. You do know that I actually eat just for pleasure. I don't have to eat or drink anything ever. But do you know why I do it?
Why?
I just enjoy it. Sometimes, it's nice to just enjoy company, sitting around while you have a nice evening. It's been some time since I've invited guests into my home.
You're so lonely. Why don't you go make friends?
It is hard to make friends when you are so powerful. You tend to scare off any potential. You only get the brave or the stupid that come into your home, trying to slay you for some righteous god, whatever it is that time. They all end up the same. In the flower beds. It's quite a shame. But I do ask. You all have entered my home. You've allowed my servants to take your weapons. You've theoretically walked into the mouth of a lion. Why would you do that? She kind of just sits there.
Curiosity?
Hmm.
I
Curiosity.
really want to hear out what you want to say.
I see. Well, since we have finished dinner, I guess we can begin to speak. As you
By
can
all
see,
means.
there is a lot that I can do, but there's a lot that I cannot do as well. But I do know if we were to discuss, there will be something that you all may want that I could provide. I know that you have quite a few things that are plaguing you at the moment. Some of them more personal than others. And she kind of looks over at Rook. And then she looks over at Lupin. And then she looks to Rhaenys. And then she continues. But all of you share at least one thing that she would need help with, if I am not mistaken. You know, my ravens tell me many things. And my ravens have visited all over this land, especially to your home, to which you graciously have accepted my letter. But I do know when you came upon this home, there was a reason. And I do know that you were fleeing from something. And I just have that feeling. And she looks over at Kieran. That you may know why you're here as well. So please, let us converse. And Shimush is like waiting for some sort of reply.
Well,
Well, anyone else want to talk?
please.
What's happening? I'm back.
Maybe
Your
any
I'm
of
My
all-
bells are empty.
Your
any of the
dreams.
any of the 3 people that were called out before me. Don't put this shit on me.
She'd also
Oh,
say
I'll
yes.
approach.
Okay.
What the hell
You're
gets about a
approach-
seat, ma'am?
I kiss her hand.
What's happening?
Okay.
What?
Oh my god.
Look, I just got off the toilet. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm
Okay.
gonna do my best.
Okay, all right.
Rose said, "Okay, roleplay time."
I
kiss-
kiss her hand.
Retcon that. Back it up.
Yeah, let's pick back that
okay,
one
so
up.
we're currently sat with this very powerful vampire lady who knows everything about us, and knows that we need help. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what help we need, but
Does she
Yeah,
have
she
wings?
oh, you could ask her.
She said me. I
Uh,
said what?
So she knows everything about us. We're sitting at a. Are we eating, or she just sat us down?
We were eating.
You guys were eating. I'll give you the option.
Okay.
She did show a little performance that she did not poison the food. She had some servants walk out, kill themselves. She rose them back to life, told them to kill themselves again, and then rose them up again, and then they went back to the wall.
She made it very clear that if she wanted to poison us, there's no point.
She's a
we would have
freak.
been dead. That's what I
Yeah.
called out earlier for.
Mm-hmm. Any freaks?
She hates eating
Uh,
disorders.
yeah.
She said you must eat.
Yeah.
Well, so what kind of help are you offering? I don't get up and kiss her hand. I just ask.
Very good.
Nice. I do. Yeah. You know, I can offer you a great many things, such as I know one of your compatriots. He has this anger within him, this beast he cannot quell. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to not have to deal with those urges? I also do know that.
Peaceful or the bad ones.
Hmm?
The peaceful urges or the bad urges?
I would assume you're speaking of the uncontrollable urges, as the peaceful urges probably deem not necessary to address, as it's not going to land you in some sort of prison for slaughtering, I don't know, however many innocent people. Possibly even
Yeah.
drowning them.
Whoa. That never happened.
What
It was
ever
an
happened?
accident.
Mhm.
So you're saying that you could offer my best bud here peace internally?
That is correct.
For what?
What are you wanting us to
Like,
do?
Yeah.
What do
Well-
you want in return?
That is the great question. And everything, of course, has a price. But I would like to give you all the options of what we're able to provide for you. Because maybe you would like all of them.
All
There
of
is-
Pants.
There's a few other things that we may be of service as a mutual beneficial relationship. As it never hurts to have another ally. Am I wrong? An ally such as me. Especially in these unforeseen times with the return of the beast.
You're not wrong, but you're really dodging what you want us to do. Do you want us to agree before you even tell us?
No. That is, I would never deal in nefarious business like that. Everything needs to be pretty apparent.
Right. Well, no offense, Miss Von Draken. You're coming off that way.
I do apologize. I sincerely apologize if I have been not as forthcoming in my own home.
Inside check! That bitch!
Okay, go ahead.
Ain't no way I'm succeeding on a vampire's deceit. There's no way. That's a plus 80.
In the layer.
yeah, in their lair. Alright, let me roll this. Okay, not bad. 19 plus... plus 5, 24.
Hell yeah.
Looking at her, she's unfazed. You cannot tell one way or another what she's scheming.
Yeah.
She is the same stone-faced,
Yep.
regardless. You do
How do you pronounce her
feel...
name?
How do you... Seraphim?
Okay. Got it.
Seraphine?
He
Seraphine?
said I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Ah.
So let me
Set a
give you
flame.
all set a flame. Oh my god, burner! They figured it out. She offers a couple things, and I'll kind of give you the nuts. She can offer you insights and help with the beast problem that is currently plaguing the area. She can offer to
Sure.
calm the anger inside Lupin. She can offer you a vast amount of gold and riches in order to achieve further, basically things with your keep. She can offer you a very powerful ally. And she can also offer you a powerful upgrade / magical artifact to you.
Jeez.
Um,
And we have to choose?
no, you can take all of them if you want.
Wow. So this bitch wants us
For the
to
cost
commit
of.
war crimes.
No. What if it's free? What if she just wants us to
There's
kiss her
gotta
hand?
be- This is the
There's nothing in
Is there a
life is
cost per?
free.
Yeah, we just gotta kiss her hand, and then all those things happen.
We're saying this in front of her.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
And she's like,
She's like,
um,
oh yeah, kiss my hand.
so
It's a lot.
like I said, I'm very powerful, but I am not all powerful, as there are things to the limit of what I can control, and I am most powerful in my own home. Once I step outside, I am but a mere mortal such as you all. Well, not really a mortal. Immortal, not a mortal. And she stares at each of you just to see if you like that joke.
Did that bit land?
Yeah, she's like, let me do a little bit of crowd work here.
Did that
My
bit
audience.
land?
Do you guys like
I'll-
that joke?
I'll give a toothy grin like.
Ew.
And for some of you, to which it may apply, some of you wish to be relieved of a debt or a contract or a feeling that you may have in order to loosen those chains that would bind you. I may offer this as well. But, as your friend has clearly stated, and he is 100% correct to say, nothing in this life or the next is free. But I would ask just a few things, depending on what you would be willing to bargain for. I have just a few things. She snaps her fingers. And you
She
can
what?
see she snaps her fingers.
Oh, okay.
Breaks them.
I thought you,
He's like, oh, I need to know what she's doing. I need to know how to react.
Oh my
I
god!
thought you
Breaks
said she. I
fingers.
thought you said she stabbed her fingers. I was like,
Oh, no.
damn.
In come 3 people. There's 2 servants. One appears to hold a very large parchment of paper. There's another one that comes over. It looks like there's it's a very ornate looking like decanter. It looks kind of like hollow inside, but it looks like a very, very nice looking vase. And then another one, there appears to be, looks like she's just kind of walking in very gracefully, dressed in like almost like a white gown that looks, yeah, I'd say it's pretty formal. It appears to be like a drow female with a, like a cloth over her eyes, as she may be blind.
Ooh. Not
What
the-
happened?
Not.
What happened? She may. She has exchanged one great power for another. I would give her to you as a valuable ally. She can do a great many things for you. She is a beautiful enchantress, able to give you great powers over time. Not as much as me, but something of a fact. If you per se had enemies, she could see into what they're currently doing at that time and place. And she can also predict the future through her own crafts. She would be at your service for something as well. There is this as well. I think you may be aware of a phylactery of sorts. This may be the most interesting option that I would ask, as it would need to be filled with souls. And she kind of just lets that. She just lets that hang.
Yeah, my mouth opens. The Soul Factory.
Phylactery. It is a
Hmm.
it is a way to hold souls into in a safe place per se. This
Oh.
is I would need something in exchange. Not yours, of course. You are free to keep your own. But I would like you to fill it with souls that you deem worthy. There's also, if you choose some of these, I would request that I just put a simple mark on you. That is all for one.
On one of us or everybody?
It depends on how many of these options I have given to you. How many you would have liked.
So you're willing to
And-
basically help us with all our problems, give us free labor, and all we gotta do is fill a bag, and you paint our foreheads.
Think of them as mutually exclusive options. As if you were to fill this, that would be a good thing. If you were to allow me to mark one of you, that would be another. But you may each all give me something that is truly yours, that I may have. That sacrifice would be enough for me to offer any of those things I've listed.
The second she says, "Give me something that you would deem of worth," Seawolf reaches down, and you hear a slow tear of his
Yep.
belt.
Yep.
He slowly puts it on the table.
That's not her, it's a different one.
The clothes off my back are pretty important.
Rook is gonna be staring daggers at the Countess, and he's just gonna mumble.
Sorry,
You wanna
take it
s-
was she was giving me something. Say that
Oh.
last part again. She was talking to me, so she was trying to get some information on something.
Oh, okay.
She's metagaming.
No, she was clarifying on something I said, but it's not pertinent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Lupin would not
So
want to
you-
get rid
you-
of
yeah.
his anger. He wants to control it and be able to point it when it's necessarily needed.
So if you didn't want that one, you can also there's insight and like help into the beast of how you may be able to slay it. She can offer you a vast amount of gold. She can give you her name is Naedra, Naedra. That is the she's a youthful drow female with her eyes covered by a she would be able to weave enchantments for artifacts or like pretty much armor and things like that. She could enchant it for it to become magical.
Is the lady that's
She-
been talking to us, or the lady that she's offering us?
The lady that she's offering.
Yeah, the drow.
Yep, she would offer you like this drow lady. She would be able to scry for you, or she can do kind of think of like woe and way, where you can like read bones. She could do that as well.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And she could theoretically, if you wanted a enchantment or an augment to a body part you had, she could also do that for you.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say
We'll need that in case somebody
Got it.
loses an arm.
Okay.
But in return, she would ask that you fill this phylactery with souls for something. She would mark one of you. And if you were all to give something personal that she would deem worthy. And just think it's like a 1-for-1. So you don't have to do all those things. You could do one, and you could pick which thing you would like to do. But those are what she's basically offered. So if you would like to discuss, I'll let you guys do that, and we'll take a little break.
Wow.
Well, we definitely don't need the gold.
You do need the gold.
We do need the gold?
I just spent 150 trying to fix this place while you said nothing.
We do need the gold, as we are pretty much poor.
I put gold towards the keep.
But we had to put additional money down to get the other stuff done.
Oh.
I'm not getting involved in a contract with a vampire. You guys do whatever you want.
Same.
Lupin is not either. Lupin is not a fan of vampires.
Well, I don't know if she has wings yet, so Seagulf doesn't know how to react yet.
Sybil should know how
Anyone
Lupin
else
feels
wants
about
to?
vampires.
He's literally
anyone-
from the Feywild. He's not going to fall under any contracts.
If anyone were to take a contract with a vampire, it would probably be the Blood Rage Barbarian.
Boonga boonga.
Boonga boonga.
Again, Lupin does not trust vampires, and he would never make a deal with vampires.
Also, I know Kieran's not the moral compass, but I don't think he's gonna approve of being in charge of a phylactery and putting souls in a phylactery.
Yeah.
Well, it's souls of
We
whatever
literally
you
just destroyed
deem.
a phylactery not that long ago.
Lupin will eventually learn to control that rage better. He doesn't need a vampire to help.
Are
him
we
with
are we actually on break? Because Rook wanted to talk to the vampire lady.
Or did you
Let's
want to
just
do
do
that before the break?
I'm saying, like, if that's what if you guys need a break to discuss, anything
Oh,
like
okay,
that, that's
gotcha.
not like if it's not in character, you're like, oh well, maybe we could get this. Like you could. It's a time to be meta per se if you need to.
Gotcha.
Nobody this one I would go to the bathroom, but I just have to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Yes.
So, I'm hearing the consensus of no one else is really going to take it. But Dougal's probably thinking about it because he hasn't seen her spread wings yet.
Seagwolf definitely can, but I mean, I mean, here's the thing.
Realistically, looking at his
Out of
intelligence,
character.
he would ask what others would prefer. Like, if he's the only one who's going to be taking the option, he would ask what option people would want.
We can do that when we get out of meta mode, I guess, or you
Yeah.
can just do that. In meta mode, the options are get a cool weapon of some sort. Which cool, but I mean, don't know what it is. Get a lady that can do pretty much everything for us. That one's actually kind of tempting. That one's actually pretty
And
good.
augment part of our bodies, so like
Augment ourselves, our equipment, scry. That's pretty nice having that baggage
It's-
to keep. Getting more info on the beast, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if anyone in this group actually cares
I didn't. Yeah.
about
Well,
that
Steve
too
Wolf
much.
wouldn't take that one, to be honest. He wasn't
Right.
there.
I feel, well, even then, I feel like we've kind of mentioned in passing. Even then, I feel like our group is not really the legendary heroes group just yet. I feel like we're the let's just survive group at the moment.
We just fucking got here, bro.
Like if we got info on the beast, that 100% is getting passed off to someone way more,
Prepared.
prepared.
The information that Kieran got from his dream and from the little bits that he talked from other people or whatever, is that it's basically unkillable, and that you have to like get a bunch of people, like crazy ass, like strong level 20 warriors to like lock it
Yeah.
up. And it's like we're all just now level 7, so
Yeah.
Well, she said she knew a way to kill it, right?
I
Or
wouldn't
she
trust
said
her.
beat.
Well,
Well, I mean, I
even,
could press her on that matter.
even then, it's like I don't feel like this party would really want to even attempt that at the moment.
Yeah, we'd get that information and then be able to do fuck all with it for probably a couple moons.
And even then, I'd feel like not half of us wouldn't really, want to. Like yeah, stopping the world from the beast is good and all, but at the same time, we're not prepared. Even when we get prepared, are we really wanting to do what? That's the whole thing. What are the other options? It was cure
There's
Lupin's
gold.
rage
Yeah. Cheers, rage. Get gold.
and gold and just money.
Yep.
I mean, the most tempting are
The
Nadra
woman.
and
Yeah,
the
Nadra.
gold.
She could
What's
also
your-
offer you. She kind of glanced over that, but a powerful upgrade to a body part for you.
Nadra or the vampire.
The vampire lady.
Okay.
Also, mission-wise, besides the whole like beast situation, we still have those like 3 other portal things to go find.
Yeah.
I've locked in my
Mm.
answer. I'm ready
Oh,
to
yeah.
talk to the lady.
Oh my god.
Now, if there's something that you want from her, and it's within her realm that I would say is canon for her to be able to help you with, she can offer you things that are not directly to this.
Yeah.
it would be the same 1-for-1 deal.
Right. You just got to think of something that will be on par with something
So
Could she?
as great as these.
She could augment my arms so I could punch better.
technically,
Hmm.
just know there's really no takesies backsies, but maybe you get something really cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Seagulf has. Funny enough, there's a moral high ground Seagulf has to take.
Wow.
Moral high ground
What
as
if
he
it has
traded
wings?
the entire mission for
Yeah.
I needed those chains.
Yeah.
Those dwarven chains, they're real shiny.
she would say, "What if I gave you the ability to double jump?"
Oh, sorry, nature. You gotta stay in captivity.
Oh,
What?
has
But-
nature spoke at all?
I was gonna try and pick nature so I could free her from whatever is binding her to this vampire lady.
Let me speak to the lady.
All right, back. We're back in game.
Yeah,
We're back
And play.
and see.
Okay.
we'll let Tegan go first.
Action.
Well, don't say that. You're gonna give her stage fright.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Now I'm kind of like,
Alright,
So
back to it.
after some time, she lets you ponder of anything you can think of. If you wanted like fucking wings or something, she can give you wings. A lot of things that they can offer. Well,
give me
Here we go.
4 arms.
shh. Okay, I thought about it. She cannot add parts to you, but she can augment parts that you have.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll rephrase that. Okay. Yes, you look like you maybe are enticed by something.
I would like to bargain with you.
Please. What would you like? I'll let you pick first.
The drow.
You would like Natura.
Yes.
I will give her to you. What would you give me in exchange?
A form I have.
A form you have, you say.
Correct.
What is the name of this form?
Her name as well was Seraphine.
Interesting. You would give me almost my own name. Tell me. What does this form look like? I would like to know before I say my final offer if I accept.
Hold on.
She took my prize.
She's a drow. She has red hair, like cut to her shoulders. She has markings on her body due to her past. She has I don't want to say a profession, but she's a blood mage.
This is very interesting to me. I think I will accept this offer. She snaps her fingers, and you see one of the servants comes forward, and she takes like this very long scroll, and it kind of just, and it like flows out, and this thing is almost like 3 feet long, and it just unravels right in front of you. She floats over a quill to your hand.
She's gonna.
All you, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's gonna take the quill and then she's gonna start writing a name, but she scribbles that name out and writes a different name.
Okay.
And then, do I just throw the quill back? Does it float back to her?
So you try to write like with ink, and nothing comes out of the quill. And she goes, "You may need to make this contract with something more permanent."
I don't have.
Blood.
Yeah.
I know that.
She was like, I don't know how to get blood.
I guess I'll just like stab myself with the quill in my arm.
So you just kind of go, and you can see almost immediately just you feel like a sharp sting, but as the quill just fills up with your blood, and so now you go to write a name, you write half of it, cross it out, and then write a different name. You must write basically the vampire lady's name is the same thing. You write that name. As you finish, you like let go of the quill, the scroll rolls back up, and it floats over to her. To which she has a servant kind of bind it in a very nice velvet bow, and he takes it away. Major is now yours. So then Major just kind of walks over towards you, and she stands right behind you.
Me bitch.
The harem begins.
Whoa.
Next, when you go to the ogre village, there'll be a bad bitch you have to save there.
Oh no.
It's like you're playing Castle Crashers, and you're just collecting the princesses.
That's
at the end.
crazy. She's stealing all my women.
Yeah.
So out of character. So now she is gonna be holding on to that phylactery.
What do you mean?
I gave a form of myself to her, so I don't
okay.
have.
She traded a form.
So you don't have to do the phylactery thing she
Mm-mm.
wanted.
No.
Nope. You get to choose.
Gotcha.
So if you have
Well,
something
that's not
else
as
that you wanted-
bad.
yeah, if you wanted to offer something, she'll, because that's what she wanted to ask me if she could give her something else besides what she listed. I was like, yeah. She's like, what do you want to give her? And then she described it, and I'm like, okay, yep, I'll allow it. Now,
Thank you.
of course, may Nature serve you as well as she served me. Would anyone else like to bargain? As you can see, it is a almost painless process.
Turn to the group.
Oh no! Wait a minute, guys. She might be cooking.
What? What do you think? What do we need? What do we need, guys?
I'm
And
not
this is me
going
trying to
to-
whisper, but I start screaming
As he's not
Right.
able to whisper.
because of the crown.
I'm not gonna help you decide what to take, so that way you can give something else up.
Turns to somebody else.
What if
Fine, then.
what if you could have something for it like your brain? Like, what if you always knew the right thing to do?
Smashing is always the right thing to do. I don't have to think. Could you make me
think-
smash better?
I could. Is that what you would like?
Genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Vampire Lady, can I
You
have
don't need to
bigger?
give me anything for that. Just
Can
leave
I
it.
have-
big,
Can
can
I
I have
have?
big,
Can I have big Pinor? That would be
big
great.
Pinor, please?
So, you would like to smash better? Perhaps
I
there's
like-
something I can do that with.
I like raise my arms. So you augment these, and I like flex.
I most certainly could. What would you? And she kind of just sits there and thinks, and she's like,
I don't want anything to escape my grasp.
"Nothing to escape your grasp." I can
When
offer
I
you that.
grab something, I don't want it to leave.
Okay. For this, I would like to mark you. I think that's a fair deal.
Seagulf slowly lets it go of a piece of his loincloth. Oh man.
I think that is a simple transaction. She snaps her fingers, and out another servant comes with another scroll, and she rolls it out in front of you.
What's the mark do? You tell me? You just paint me? I'm kind of painted enough, and he like gestures to the insurmountable amount of scars he's covered in.
He's also got
Just-
the Goliath war paint.
Yeah,
Just think
yeah.
it's more of a. It is a token. I cannot be more forthright than that. It's something I give you.
Painting me as your champion?
Perhaps in a way. But you did say you would rather never let anything to leave your grasp. What do you
I
say?
turn to the group.
Big wolf?
Turns to the group.
Do you
I
really
think I'm
need
being
it?
genied.
Do you really need it?
Turns back to the lady to set aflame. How much gold in that in that other offer?
How much gold?
Lupin, are you sure about this?
She snaps her finger, and you can see that there's 4 servants that carry out a huge treasure trunk and start shuffling towards you, and they set it on the ground with a loud thud. What do you think of this?
Did it say what the mom look? Really?
Really? You really need
They flip open the treasure chest, and there's probably about like 100,000 gold in.
100,000. Turns to the group.
That's way better than being able to just have advantage on drink saves.
Oh, he was gonna get more than that.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
It is your choice.
I turn back to the lady. Countess set aflame. What if both?
What if both? Then I would ask you.
I give you this crowd. Because I'm trying to like whisper this crowd, and then I slowly start talking normal. This crowd.
I will let you choose. She slides the phylactery towards you. You may fill this, or you may give me something of yours.
The crowd.
No. It's more personal to you. Something deep within you. Something that is intangible, but you are aware that it is there at all times. I would like that.
She was like thinking really hard. What the fuck does intangible mean?
I would ask that you give me your reflection.
Can I still be perceived,
You can.
but others can't perceive me?
They can see you. They will then be able to see you. I promise. I do not lie.
I just can't look in the lake.
You just would not be able to see yourself as you are.
I'll still
could
be.
Nor could you see yourself as you would be.
Duster Darren again.
His was a lot
My
worse. You couldn't have like happy memories.
No, but Duster Darren's entire like backstory was I'm a robot boy. I can't see myself.
Yeah,
as a
he
real
wanted
boy.
a body. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
My
is the
form
body.
doesn't change. You're just taking my ability to see what I look like, but I don't change.
You're asking a lot of semantics. And then
No, I feel like that's pretty specific.
she whisks away, and like 25,000 gold just vanishes.
Wait.
Oh no, no!
Okay.
Nothing worse than making him choose on a timer.
Okay. 20,000 gold. And nothing escaped my grasp. You can have my reflection. And
Okay.
this
All right. I would say okay. So the contract will read 20,000 gold. Part B, nothing can escape your grasp.
Wait,
In exchange, Because
hold
she-
on.
she would do two things.
She offered 100,000, right?
She did originally, but then you were taking too long, and she took away
Oh.
25,000. But she would augment what she's going to do if you only wanted 20,000 gold. 20,000 gold and nothing to escape your grasp is how it is worded.
I should have said 50,000. I thought you meant she was. I didn't. Oh, whoops. My math was off.
She will mark you. That's one thing that she's doing. And two, she wants your reflection.
Can I just say out of character that just anything escaping your grasp is
It's very vague. I'll put it this way: there are no downsides. That is a true upgrade. Like that is a true, really good, like boom
Okay.
level thing that you will get from
because
it.
I didn't want
Hitler
him
was
to
shooting
pick
himself in the
something up
foot.
and then
Yeah,
like,
no. It's
can't
not like
let it
nothing will
go.
escape your grasp, and then like your hands are always locked together. That'd be some bull.
Yeah,
She's offered you it. It is like a true upgrade. I can't tell you what it is until you accept it, but that's, I know what I would give you in that.
I feel fucked up because I did the math wrong. I misunderstood the 100,000, 25,000 portion. So now I'm kind of fucked there. Whoops, it is.
Out of character. 20,000 gold is still a ridiculous amount of money.
It is.
Okay. I just feel like back in the real realm, like end play, it'll be really fucked up that she offered 100,000. Was still gonna give 75, I think, on that math.
She offered
And then
100,000 for just that alone, and then to have one thing. But now, since you're getting both things, and you took so long, it's gone down to 20.
Okay. And then yeah, I guess that's fine. So she's taking my reflection, and then what was the other thing? I give her the crown.
She's gonna mark you, so you will be marked,
Mm.
and she's taking your reflection. But in exchange, it is 20,000 gold and a boon level upgrade for what you're asking.
No one wants this crown. It's crazy.
That's how the contract is out in front of you. The scroll is there, yours to sign.
Is the quill floating there already?
It is floating.
I like swat the quill away, and I just hammer into my thumb with my like sharp canines, and I scrawl Seagwolf onto the scroll.
Whoa. Naruto Uzumaki.
Yeah.
Real hardcore.
So boisterous.
Turns back to the group, gives thumbs up with a bleeding thumb. I got us the gold.
As you see his thumbs up, you see the scroll rolls up. It flies back to her. Again, bound in twine, given to a servant who then takes it away. You see the thumbs up, and she kind of like waves her hand a little bit. And you see the thumbs up go to like your hand is like shaking. And you look at your other hand, it's like it's constantly shaking. Before you feel both of your arms just go limp. Straight down to the sides. She says, it'll take some time, but you will know the effects very soon. So please do not be worried. I would not have lied to you. But just for the moment, you cannot use your arms as the magic is. If you want to
Push
think
him
that way.
Harry Potter.
That's pretty accurate.
Can I say that I definitely put the crown back on before I lose the ability to not use my arms?
Yeah. And then they have a treasure chest. It's like a smaller one. But they wheel it over and they set it behind you. 3,000 there. And then she looks over at the rest of you. Anything else you all would like to bargain for before you may depart for this evening?
Rook looks over to the other two who haven't done a deal with the vampire and just kind of assumes. I don't think any of us are going to be making a deal. Could I ask a question, though?
Sure. As a gracious host, I will allow this.
What exactly do you want the phylactery for? What exactly do you want the souls for?
If you must know, it has a purpose to fuel what I'm able to do and how I'm able to do it so well. Without it, I would just have to find someone else to do this task for me. It is no big deal if you cannot do it.
Well, thanks for giving the information.
Mm-hmm. You're fucking caught, and you just like show a badge, and it's like, I got
yeah. You're under arrest.
I was waiting for the gotcha. You ever heard of mapping? Yeah, you're going down,
Yeah.
bitch.
I kind of wish she gave me the phylactery instead of the marking, but
Ooh.
I think marking, I guess, makes more sense canonically for a blood bearing.
You had the choice to choose.
No, she offered the. She said mark and reflection.
Yeah, but she, at the very beginning, said you can have, you could either give these souls or you can get these things through another means.
She did, although for what he was asking for with the grit thing, she wanted something else, so she would have to pick.
Okay. Okay.
So mostly it's a choice, but she wanted.
I guess what I was asking for was a little too high.
But you do feel, as she kind of points her finger for the mark, it would be, you feel like a tightness in your chest, and then you feel almost like a singe, where you can see that there's like a rose that's been embossed into your skin.
Oh, this would be a lot cooler if it was on my shoulder. Hey, can you move it, Set Aflame?
I cannot. It is very important that
man.
it stays right there.
Just looking at my chest. Oh man, I do one of those like chest pumps and like raise my chest.
But
Well, I think it's time for us to leave.
of course. Are you going to travel back home in this horrible weather?
And do you have a
Probably-
place for us to
probably
stay?
Have to.
I mean, I do know where you live. Would you like to just be there?
Maybe brought our cart though.
That could be arranged to be delivered. Free of charge.
If you're offering.
Sure. This way. And she stands up, and you can see that as you all stand up there, she's very tall. As she's kind of like, she's floating about maybe a foot or so off the ground as she's kind of like hovers. But
Certainly
she's
not taller than me.
she's almost as tall as Sinwolf.
Oh, thank God.
But when she's like floating, she's shorter than you, but she's just imposing with aura. And she kind of floats with her hand behind her back, and she kind of leads you up like a very long spiral staircase up to the top. And you can see where you're almost at the top of this tower before a door just kind of swings open, and it opens into, it basically looks like a bridge that just, it looks like it goes to just the void. Like you would just walk out and just, she says, when you step off the platform, it will take you back home.
Okay.
It has been a lovely evening. I hope to see you all very soon.
Likewise.
See you, Set Aflame.
Kieran sits off the platform.
Well, yeah, I think Kendall was waiting for that, for people to say, I step off.
Yep. Kieran dies. He's gone forever.
Oh my god.
How
Yeah,
dare
Never
you?
go next.
Just get like, who's next? You don't know that yet. As you step off, you feel like 2 seconds of like an extreme cold before you kind of like you take like a breath, and you're standing right at your front gate.
Rook is
I-
gonna go last.
So then everybody one by one.
I jump.
Are you waiting? Okay. You see that Rennie stays back for a moment. I sense hesitation. Hmm? We gotta
We
tell
don't
him.
hear a roleplay.
Well, she like gets really excited to do something, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't want to do it." So then she's
Oh,
like,
okay.
"I have to,"
Okay.
but just like she's gonna do it. But go ahead, yeah,
Okay.
go
Okay.
ahead, see what you're gonna say. Huh? Just if that's what you want, you gotta tell her that. Say it like you're saying to Wallace. Here, let me see. This might help her.
Are you sure Rook doesn't want to go next?
So, do you think this man you wish to speak with me privately? She said
Uh,
yes.
Rook's gonna look at Rhaenys
Give me your
and then look
soul.
back at the figure.
Rennie's just kind of nods at you. She's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I'll go into then. Hey,
Okay.
Countess,
Mm-hmm.
you might want to be careful about collecting souls. Some gods and goddesses might not take too kindly to it. And I'll step through.
She would say something to you that only you would hear. Which I'm not gonna say out loud. But I'll tell you later what
Oh.
she said.
Okay.
And you step through, you feel the cold, and you're met with your compatriots on the other side. And I'll let you guys talk about something there so I can hear what she was saying on the other side of this portal.
Okay. I'm gonna use this as my bathroom break.
I'm gonna assume the car's gonna be Amazon delivery one day.
Yeah.
Next day air delivery. Next day air.
Let's hope so.
I wonder if the full moon's out.
Oh. Man, this group's a bunch
I
of
can't
fucking
feel my arms.
psychopaths.
The what?
I said this group is a bunch of psychopaths.
No, we saved a drow from enslavement, and then I got us gold. We're pretty good.
That's 4,000 for each of us, right?
Well, the 20,000 I think is. My understanding is Siegel was just gonna put it right into the treasury for the fort.
Oh,
Probably the best idea. That's where I'd put it. Or if
Obviously,
we're
you can
splitting it,
pull from the
that's where
treasury
much
if you
of it
want.
is.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
gotta add the helmet on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it though.
I don't either. I think we were supposed
You
to
can,
add
like,
that
make a-
from that we got from the Feywild as well.
Hey, our amulet.
Yeah.
Who was taking that again? Was that Rook? Or is that? I
Uh,
don't know how
that-
the specs for
Huh?
it. Wait, never mind.
What?
The amulet.
Yeah.
Was Rook taking it?
No. I think Rook was saving that because that was the really good amulet, right?
The Heartworld.
That thing was really
amulet?
strong. The Heartward amulet. I forgot what it does. Is it in D&D chat?
Should
Knuckles
be.
requires attunement. You may speak with animals using no material components. You gain resistance to poison damage. Verdant rival, and once per week, when reduced to 0 HP, you are put into Bart/Vine status cocoon. After one turn, you emerge, gaining the benefits of short rest. Roll HP.
Yeah, I suggested either Lupin take it or Kieran take it because it's kind of a little bit like their aesthetics.
No,
Closer.
we already took the helmet, so.
Oh,
Which I still need to add to D&D Beyond. I don't know if kind of
Like-
have time for it. But, I mean, I
Yeah.
already took the helmet, so if Kieran wants to take it, then.
not
I don't know.
dying once per week is pretty solid. Whoever takes it.
Oh, is that the Paraptive Closure or whatever it was?
No. That's
Heart-
the
Heart
Heartward
roll.
amulet.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to hog all the items.
I'm pretty like when it comes to magic items and stuff like that, I'm pretty passive with it unless there's something that I'm like, oh my god, I
Need
really
that.
want that. Yeah, exactly. Usually I'll be like, someone else can take it because
I got the favorite special last campaign and got all the goodies, so I'm good.
No.
And
mean,
also,
I
this
think I've-
campaign is my character punches, and that's it. So
yeah,
take whatever.
Yeah.
you
unless
wanna
there's some
take.
cool robes.
So,
Yeah.
I also can't wear armor, so I'm all for anything that can do physical enhancements, and that's about it. I have my
Yeah.
chain gauntlets, and that's the coolest thing I need.
So I guess.
You guys should look into bracers of defense.
Anything that increases, I guess, wisdom or constitution for me,
Gotcha.
or also intelligence, because mine I have the highest intelligence of the group for some reason.
So taking.
That is funny.
So I guess Lupin will take the Heart World amulet, if that's cool.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh.
So you guys would see that portal still swirling open as you're waiting. Obviously, Reedy's to walk back through it. You can see after a moment she steps through, and she kind of, whoo, she like has to take a breath, and you can see in her arms is the phylactery.
Oh,
Rook is looking at her with a very cold expression.
you went shopping? Seagull says somewhat casually as he still flexes his chest with the rose burned into it.
Yeah, he's like, I got this cool tattoo, and my arms hurt.
You still went shopping?
No. Little
Epic.
bargaining.
Little bargaining. Oh, me too. I also did a little bargaining.
Was it
That's why I
bargaining?
can't, feel these, and my arms are just swaying on my side like wet noodles.
What's the bargaining 5-figure discount?
See, as you say that, from behind her, there's just like a thud as you see a very large paw come through. Boom. And there's another paw that comes through. Boom. And then you see 3 blue heads peek out from the portal. As you can see, Ghidorah steps through, fully grown.
Jesus.
Oh,
You see basically, probably the size of like, I don't say like a medium dragon, like a full-grown type dragon.
So
It has
a
wing-
youngling.
Yeah, but it's kind of big. 3 heads, has the wings. But yeah, she has a full-grown dragon.
that's fucking crazy.
And of course, the drow lady comes behind as well, because nature's there.
And the cart
I am
lands on
here.
us.
But yeah, so she has that she has the phylactery now. Sigwolf, after a little bit of time, you feel the strength return back to your arm. Would you like to know what you have bargained for?
Yeah. Okay. Please.
Once per day, and there's a couple things. Once per day, given any strength-related challenge, without rolling, you may choose to succeed, as if you rolled a natural
Wow.
20.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Any grapple check that you make.
Wait. Slow it
Take
down.
it.
I'm gonna start writing this down. I thought. Okay, so once per day.
Mhm.
Succeed any strength
Strength check,
challenge.
as if you were to roll a natural 20.
All right.
Anything related to grappling, you would make an advantage. And once you have something grappled in your grasp or within reason,
So
it
even with
cannot-
my like gauntlets.
per se, unless you decide or otherwise have your arms severed, they cannot escape your grapple.
Damn. Oh,
Wow.
And that's
You're
only
not-
once per day. Are those things separate?
You're not letting go.
Oh.
So let's say you grabbed onto something, unless it is somehow forced out of your hands through, like your
My arms
are-
being severed.
your arms are chopped off, or I don't say a divine intervention, but you would not be forced to let go.
Yeah, he shot
Okay,
himself
so
over
I
for
say
that one.
I wrote once something is grappled within reason, unless I decide or my arms are severed, the object can't be released.
Yep.
Okay. And I wrote these on all separate lines, and I put these in here. Hoggies.
Mhm.
I wrote on my appearance. So this rose, it's burned on my chest, or is it just like
Kind of like it's
like
a mark.
tattoo?
It's a mark. Funny you should mention that. So as you all are kind of gathered from here, looking at this big dragon, and like back at your gate from there, you can actually see that the rain begins to part, and you can see the clouds actually disperse. For once, it looks like it actually, after all this rain, it may have become like a sunny day.
Oh yeah.
You can see that as the sun begins to basically like illuminate everything from there, like the direct kind of light. This is the brightest that you guys have seen it in months. Like this might be the brightest you've ever seen it ever. Sigwolf, you feel like it's too bright for you. You feel
What do you mean by
like
that?
like it almost is like the sun hurts.
What
It
do you-
almost feels like being out
Uh-oh.
in the daylight harms you.
What do you mean by that?
Bro got disadvantage on everything during the day.
You
You a vampire.
you look at your arms and you can see that your skin under the sun, it looks like it's almost bubbling, and you feel like a very hot sensation in your body.
Hey,
And
I
that's
don't
what we're in
feel
for tonight.
So good.